Hey guys, so, your girl is sweaty. I'm sweaty right now. Do you reckon I could open a window?
No.
Oh, okay, cool. I guess I just sweat through this video. Oh, I can open a window? I was like more worried about the noise. We've got a directional mic here, don't we? Nice. Oh, that's so much better. Got that breeze. Okay, I'm sorry if it is windy, but I'm not because it's fucking warm in here. Today's video has already, I filmed it. I filmed a bit before and then I realized my normal setup over there, the ring light that I use had zero juice in it. The battery was dead. I don't know where the cord is. So I had to move everything. Obviously now there's like sirens happening and cars going by. Thankfully we're in a bit of a better mood because we started this video out real anxious and depresso, but now we're feeling a little better. How do we feel about the set? I don't hate the setup. I've got my Instagram sweater on again and we're just gonna do my makeup. I've done like my eyes a little bit. The topic of today's video is there's a fat person on the cover of Cosmopolitan and apparently that's like newsworthy. Riley, what am I talking about with the Tess Holliday thing? Give me a talking point because I filmed so much before and I just ranted.
But I would assume they're doing like, you're promoting obesity thing, but like she's just living her life.
True.
Like she's just existing.
Yes.
It's not promoting obesity to exist like any more than like, I don't know, me existing as a thin person like promotes thinness. Like I'm just here, you know?
I find it really funny when people are like, we just care about health. And I'm like, who cares about other people's health? Like, I'll go into why.
So that's bullshit.
It's one of those things. You're lying. I know you're lying. You know you're lying. Can we stop the like, I care about their health thing? Because if you really like care about people's health, by the way, I'm not promoting any of these things, but if you care about people's health, why aren't you going to like a clubbing district and going up to everyone who's binge drinking being like, did you know about the dangers of alcohol poisoning? Did you know about the dangers of alcoholism? Do you do these things? I don't think you do. And if you do, also stop that, because that's weird. Do you go up to like any person eating any sort of unhealthy food and say like, excuse me, I'm just like worried about your health? Or you only do it when a fat person just exists. This is actually something I've noticed so much on social media, on Instagram. There'll be someone who's thin eating a pizza or eating a burger and everyone's like, yes, like wanna wife her. She's so beautiful, you look stunning, all that sort of stuff. And then a fat person just like exists and everyone's like, I'm worried about her health, you know? Like, no, you're not. Not to mention like, oh, I've got foundation in my hair. Your weight doesn't equal your health. Like that's just objectively not how it works. I remember at one point I was like peak health, not just for me, but for anyone. I was running 7 kilometers every day. I was eating like really healthy foods all of the time. This is like in 2015. And I really want to get back to that because I was like hella healthy. And I would like never eat junk food, hardly ever eat carbs. I still don't eat many carbs to be honest, because like I just don't really like carbs. I'm sorry to be that person. I hate that I'm like that bitch who's like, I'd rather a salad than bread. Like I just don't like it. Yeah, I was like peak health, but I was still curvy, chubby, fat. Like, well, I don't know. It's so annoying as well because like I'm this weird like in between where a lot of people be like, she's so fat, da da. And then if I try and talk on fat issues or body positivity or whatever it may be, I'm like not fat enough, and I just like don't understand where There's a girl, Lucy Jane Wood, who I love her videos, and her whole thing is like being like an average sized girl because she's like, I'm just sitting here existing, which I feel like is kind of where I fall, apart from when my body dysmorphic disorder wants to kick in, and then I'm the largest person on the planet. But that's for another video. No, that's not for another video. That's my therapist. The point is, I can be healthy, I can be unhealthy, and I'm still roughly the same size. I feel like the most I like can fluctuate is like maybe a total of, I'd say 10 to 15 kilos, I'll put it at, as like me at my healthiest and me at my heaviest. It's about a 15 kilo difference, which is quite a lot, but it's not like a lot in like the grand scheme of things, if that makes sense. So even when I lose weight and I like, because I'm, you know, in peak health and all that, like it still isn't thin. It's just not. That's not how my body is built. And then there are people, for example, just my girlfriend and I, she eats double of what I eat. I have a sweet tooth, so that's the thing I do that's bad. Riley eats literally double of what I eat. When we go out for a meal, I get too full from half of my meal and I give it to her. But she's like super thin and I'm not. Like it's just wild to me when people still think that the only thing that determines your weight is how much you eat or how much you exercise, because it's just blatantly untrue. And there can be correlations, of course. Like if I just ate burgers every single day and chocolate every single day, I would probably gain weight. Like I'm not saying there's literally no correlation, but to think that the only thing that causes health is weight and the only thing that causes weight is food, like that's just, it's so untrue. Like it's just not true. I feel like my voice went really high at the end there, and then there's gonna be some response video who's like, see, her voice went high at the end, it means that she's lying. It's just how I talk, honestly. I know so many people who have gotten gastro and they'll be like, yeah, but I lost like 3 kilos, and it's just like, that's why are you celebrating that if we only care about health? You know? Like, it doesn't line up. People get sick and lose weight from being sick, and everyone's happy for them because they're skinny now. But we only care about people's health, but they lost it from being unhealthy. It does not line up. Just another point. The hair's up. We're looking funny. Another point, I'd stopped filming, but then I was like, I need to throw this in, so this is going to be interjected into somewhere in the video. If being thin is all about health, then how come like the second I log into Instagram, I've got a sponsored post, you can't see this, I've got a sponsored post about, I don't even know what the product is, a delicious beverage. It tastes good and is good for you. Benefits are weight loss and metabolic booster. So, if losing weight is only about health, if being thin is only about health, then why am I drinking some bullshit tea to get skinny? Why am I sucking on a lollipop to ignore my appetite? Why am I being sold this thing everywhere that I go to lose weight if it's just about health? If it's just about health, I shouldn't need those things. I don't know. I just find it so crazy that people are like, it's literally just about health, when why do I want to get skinny for no reason if it's literally just for my health? Maybe there's something else at play here. Okay, cool. Thanks, bye. And it's really funny as well because I see a lot of people who are saying that fat shaming isn't an issue and then like recording a bloody podcast about how there's a fat girl on the cover of Cosmopolitan. There have been so many people on the cover of Cosmopolitan, so many people who are unhealthy as well, and people are saying that they're like just mad that Tess Holliday was on it because she's like not a good person. That is a lot of wind, I'm sorry. And I don't know that much about Tess Holliday anyway. I don't even care about Tess Holliday. Like, I don't follow her on anything. I've seen the name around, but I've literally never cared for her in my life. And I'm like sat here having to like defend her existence because she's on the cover of something, but everyone's like, she's not like the best role model. I'm like, are you telling me that every single person on the cover of Cosmopolitan has been the best role model? Like, that's just not a thing. And also, why do you have to be a role model? Like, why is she put to that standard, but like not the thin people? Why is it making headlines that there's a fat person on the cover of a fucking magazine? Who cares? I just can't imagine putting that much energy, you know, from my life. I've got things to do. I've got a girlfriend to hang out with. I've got a job to do. That sounded like very like, I've got like a mission in life, you know? I just mean that I've got like a work. I've got friends to see. I've got dishes to do. I've got just so many better things to do with my life than be bothered by someone else's weight. Also, when people say that like they only care because you have universal healthcare system and it's like a strain on your healthcare system, no one seems to care this much when it's like a smoker or someone who drinks or someone who drives and gets in a car crash, and therefore like, do you mean if someone gets in a car crash? I don't drive, so I have no connection to the driving world. I'm bisexual. We can't legally drive. And so when someone gets in a car crash because they were speeding, I'm not sat there being like, fuck you, you're a strain on the system, mate. Like, that's just not who does these things. The way that taxes work and the way that like universal healthcare works is that you help other people out. I'm paying taxes right now for a road to be rebuilt on the other side of Sydney that I'm never going to use. But that's how the system works. I don't have an issue with drug addiction and I'm paying for people to go through recovery. Like, imagine if I was like, fuck you guys, fuck you, I don't want to put my taxes there. That's just not how the system works. You pay for things that you'll never use because we're all taking care of each other here, you know? Like, it's just general kindness. Maybe that's like why I feel like America is such like a, what's the word? Riley, what's the word for Americans? Like individualistic, but better?
Yeah, it's very individualistic.
Oh, that's the word?
It's very like, fuck you, I got mine kind of thing.
Yeah. It's so strong there. Like, it's stronger there than anywhere else. It's like, you know, people with healthcare, they're like, well, if you can't afford to live, then go fuck yourself. I'm like, what? Who put a price point on being able to afford life? Like, what? Anyway, that's how the system works. If you're worried about fat people putting a strain on the system, firstly, they're not. And secondly, who cares? Because that's how the system works. You pay for shit that you're never gonna use. It's like, I'm just repeating the same point. Anyway, I think the general message here is to stop pretending. How much contra have I put on? I just keep replying it because I forget what I'm talking about. The general point here is stop pretending that you actually give a single fuck about health. Stop pretending that you're actually bothered by anyone's health, because you're not. Because you don't have time for that. I know you don't have time for that. I know you don't have time to go around the world just really concerned that everyone's at their optimum health. And of course I want people to be healthy, but no one cares. No one cares that much. So, altogether, let's take a pledge to stop pretending to be worried about people's health and just say you hate fat people. Just be honest with us, you know? It just makes it a lot easier to avoid avoid you. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to focus on my makeup now to calm the fuck down. It makes it easier to avoid you. It makes it easier for me to just get on with my day, because I don't need to be interacting with you. You don't need to be interacting with me. I don't know, man. I'm tired. I just genuinely, there's hair on my brush. I genuinely cannot imagine a time in my life where I care this much about other people just existing. Like, I really can't. I feel like I need to do like a proper scripted video about this sort of topic one time, because like, it's just begging for the sarcastic as fuck neonfiona response, isn't it? I wonder how many people are gonna respond to this one. Oh, this is the other thing as well. When you see fat people, yep, it's not always like, I remember, oh god, I can't remember who it was. There was some dude who did a video about it, and he was saying that thinness is like an ideal because it shows control and success and that they've achieved something. And it's like, not everyone can achieve those things. Firstly, there's just body types. Like, that's just like off the bat, that's the thing. But for example, I haven't gone running in like 3.5 months. Why, Fiona? Is it because you're just fat and you don't want to? Firstly, could be. Who fucking cares? But secondly, I injured my knee from running and I wasn't allowed to run for 3.5 months because my physio like literally told me not to. People also have like mental block. Binge eating and just not eating healthy can be a mental thing, which is really hard to shift. The way that people grow up, especially with like socioeconomic demographics, like if you grow up eating a certain way, it's so much harder to break that. If you have any sort of disordered eating, it's a lot harder to eat healthy. Sometimes people just have injuries or disabilities or anything like that that stop them from exercising. Like, there are so many elements at play that can stop people who want to be healthy from being healthy. And it doesn't even have to be everyone's goal to want to be healthy. Am I making any sense at all? I don't even know. It's just, to say that it boils down to like how strong you are as a person and all that sort of stuff. It just ignores like so many other things, such as all the shit I just ranted about. I'm not gonna go through it again. I've forgotten where I'm going, Riley. I'm just ranting now.
I think it's great. From what I've heard, great points.
Thanks, babe. Do you have anything to add?
Yeah. The main thing that everyone seems to forget is basal metabolism, which is your resting metabolism.
Mm-hmm.
The majority of the calories that your body burns are through your basal metabolism, which is like your resting metabolism. I forget what the percentage is off the top of my head, but like 70% or something of the calories you burn in a day aren't from exercise or anything. They're literally just from you like existing and your body burning stuff for you to like exist.
You did a bit about this, didn't you, as well?
Yes.
Do you have links in the description, like sources?
Yeah.
Cool. I'll link you to Rise. Just because I know there's gonna be bitches who are like, show me the links.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of like science behind it, that
Yeah.
your basal metabolism is like the vast majority of the calories you burn. And so like people have very different basal metabolisms and you can't change that. Like nobody really knows how to change metabolism. And so someone with a much slower metabolism is going to have a larger body type than someone with a really fast metabolism, which is probably why I'm so skinny and eat so much, is because I have like a fast metabolism that just like burns it up really quickly.
Yeah,
But
I
other
was
people
saying
might
that
not.
like you and I like are the best example of,
Yeah.
because you can see this little skinny girl over here, like whenever we go out to eat, most of the time I only eat half my meal and you finish it.
Yeah.
Confirm? And
Yeah.
you also eat your whole meal.
No, for
Like-
sure.
like,
I eat way more than you.
Yeah, I objectively eat so much less than Riley.
And in general, like before your knee injury, you would also work out more than me, a lot more than me.
Yeah. And when I'm allowed to, I'll be back to exercising more than you probably.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna get to your weight.
No, that would be impossible. You would like die.
Yeah.
It would be very, very bad.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why pushing people to reach like lower weights when it's not for their body type is like very dangerous, because like
Yeah.
their body will want to try to get to the higher weight, and it will compensate for that by changing your metabolism. Like one of the things they've observed on people who have like radical weight loss is that your metabolism changes. And so like once you've lost all the weight, then your metabolism slows down and it's like your weight will just go back up again. And that's why
Yep.
like diets always fail. I think you're making some great points, baby.
Thanks, babe.
I'm
my
gonna
makeup's
go now
done.
though. I love you.
Cool, I love you too. That's my rant on the whole, oh no, there's a fat girl on the cover of Cosmopolitan. I think my makeup looks okay, actually. Thank you guys so much for listening to this little, like, get ready with me, stop, just admit you hate fat people rant. I feel like I look good now. I feel like I did my makeup good. I'm fat, so how good can I really look? I'm gonna finish this video up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Give this video a like because I need your validation, and I'll see you guys soon. Also subscribe if you haven't already. Cool, bye!